Looking at now at the new methods of generation, offshore wind. Well, it's free, it's local energy source, and it's better than onshore. It's got proven technology, it's got low emissions from generation. But the problem is it's intermittent output. It's more expensive than onshore, and of course we've all seen the gearbox wear and the millions of pounds it needed to replace those gearboxes. And then of course, one extra factor, how do you store it? Looking at onshore wind, again, it's free local energy, proven technology and low emissions. Intermittent output, large land area needed. 1 gigawatt of power from windmills takes 500 square kilometres of land, or 193 square miles. You can see how many windmills you're going to need in order to provide exactly the same energy as a nuclear power station. And then, of course, its impact on residents and wildlife. Waste to energy. Well, once again, it's local and it's cheap. It's a proven technology, and it has dual benefits. We get rid of waste and we create energy. But on the other side, it's driven by waste priorities, and it's not driven by energy demand. It may reduce recycling, which we may actually regret in years to come. And there are air emissions and residual waste. Air pollution from these waste stations is still considerable. And the residual waste is sometimes very toxic with dioxins in it and needs to be treated very carefully. Going on to solar, well, that's free and local source. It can generate electricity or hot water. It's improving technology and it's reducing the cost. And there are very low emissions from the generation. Once again, though, it's intermittent. There's a large area needed, it's expensive, and frankly, large-scale solar generation in this country, we're just not warm enough. Now to tidal and hydro, again, local, and it's low carbon. It's more consistent and predictable output than other renewables, and possible recreation and amenity benefits. But again, it's intermittent output, there's a large area needed, it's expensive, and there's a loss of existing habitats. And you'll see down the bottom there the mock-up of the Severn estuary there, but in the middle there's obviously the tide, which is the one going on in Strandford Lough. And the rest. Well, there's wave power, and you'll see that large worm on the right which goes up and down with the tide and creates generation. Geothermal, which you see in the middle, which is taking the heat from the center of the earth and converting that into energy. Biomass and biofuels, and recently there's been an application at Riddham Dock in the Swale area for using the old pallets to create energy. Nuclear fusion and ground and air source heat pumps. And these are developing fast, and that's very, very interesting. But it all still leaves us with the problem of energy storage. We looked at various energy storage at the moment, and as you know, this works very well in Wales, but they've got plenty of space in Wales, and they've also got nice heights that you can use for it. We don't have suitable locations in England for such. However, the Dutch have come up with an idea, which you see in the middle slide on the right-hand side. Their idea is they're going to use a sandbank off the Zuider Zee and create part of it into a large lake, and the remainder will be windmills. When the windmills blow, they pump water into the lake, and they then use the lake, as you see on the last slide at the bottom, to generate power as and when they need it. That's something surely we as a country should be looking at urgently. Another form of energy storage is compressed air underground. There's only a few examples of those at the moment, although tests are going on. And of course, the smart grid of electric cars and batteries. There's also a team working up in Cambridge on heat transference as another method of storing energy. But there's plenty of research going on here, and it's very interesting. In conclusion, there are no easy answers, no magic bullets. Energy efficiency has to be our top priority. Large-scale energy storage is critical to managing intermittent renewable energy sources. These are the challenges we face. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.